Peace. Safety. Welcome. Thursday music, baby. Oh yeah. This is how we do. Hope you're all well. Thanks for joining us. We're going to create a blank session. Yeah. Safety now. How are you, man? What one is this? Is this number 6? This is the 6th week in a row we've been doing this team now. No, I think it's more than that. Didn't we do 6 last week? We did 6 last week. So 3 weeks, which is why I don't have 6. Last week 6, this is 7. Because of the rock in my headphones. May 7th, session 7, it's true. It's all about the 7s today. Safe Dan, that track I played in the intro is one that me and Tom made a while ago. I think it's on my old SoundCloud, which I've lost access to now. We did like a time travel themed EP. There was like 3 or 4 songs on it, but that one was just the instrumental. We just liked it as it was, so we never even put any singing on it. So that's what that track was. You literally can't hear me. Oh, is that because the tune was so loud that when I was talking over it a minute ago? Probably. You should be able to hear me now, fine, eh? That was a bit of a loud tune to try and do like a intro over. Maybe I dropped the volume down to halfway house. Half of the way. You know what, guys? It is boiling hot in this room right now. Let me open a window. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds, yeah? Man needs to crack a window still. Okay, let's go. Full blast, baby. Okay, so today's session, we have a specific theme in mind. We have a challenge that we are going to be facing. Safe Finberg, what up? Welcome to the ting. Nico, Dan, Michael. We got 99 in the house. 99, are you going to be joining us today? Have you got your equipment set up? Are you ready to make a beat today? Here is what we are going to be doing. Oh wait, I need a stereo master fader. Boom. And then let's bang out a click track here. So today's challenge is we are going to be using the iconic funky drummer loop. This guy right here. Chuck it in. Apparently this sample is at 99 BPM. So that sounds cool. Kind of perfect for you, 99. Get it on. Oh right, we're not at the start. Okay. I'm going back to the start. Oh, you've been up all night? Jokes. Okay. Yeah, so the challenge is to start with this sample. Anyone who wants to join in, just let me know and I will circulate the sample if you need it. If you haven't got it and you need it, I could chuck it into the Discord. But here's the sample as it is. You will recognize the sample. I promise. You will know it. Here it is. Here it is. Wait, pa. Why is it not? Why? Oh, I know why. Here we go. Right, you ready? Oh yeah, we need to turn the click off. It's the same. There we go. Let's bring the volume up here. Nice. Everybody knows this sample. Like there's the amen break, and then there's this, and they are the parents of drum and bass and jungle. So yeah, this is it. This is what we've got to work with today. So lots of people speed it up. You will have heard many people do things like this to it. What do we want to do? Like time shift the ting. Make it like let's play it at like 200% speed or whatever. That's maybe a bit fast, but you get the deal, right? It's like jungle is massive. So this is what we're going to start with today. And as long as you use this sample, I don't really mind what direction you take it in. Doesn't have to be a jungle tune. I'm not going to go for a jungle tune. I'm not sure if this is even the original tempo of the sample. Sounds like this might have been slowed down a little bit, but this was the best version of it I could find online. Admittedly, I only spent about 2 minutes looking. So we're all going to start with this sample, and we're going to see what direction it goes in. So I'm going to start by slicing and dicing. And so I think if we put our tempo to 99 just for the time being, it will just give us the beats on the bar lines. Yes, you see. Okay. I don't want it to sound like this. So let's. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So I think we can chop them into segments of this size. But let's just pick our samples. So let's take this guy out to kick things off. So we just have that. It's a bit bait. Doesn't sound the best, but it'll be fine. It'll do. That'll do. And then what have we got in the rest? So I think we want to take both of these snare hits here. You got one there. We'll tidy these up in a minute, but there's one there, and then there's a bigger one here, which we'll take. So if we mute this again, you should be able to hear we got and then just a little cheeky one. Okay, cool. Then what's that there? Is that a kick? Oh, that's another snare. Okay, interesting. So I want the tss. In fact, I quite like that as a longer piece. So maybe we'll take it as a longer piece, like that. So these are the sections we've got here. Yeah, it's quite nice. And then can we just get like a hi-hat just like that guy on its own? And if we can get all of these going, I think we probably just bail from the rest of the sample. Keep things simple. I just want to hear this one on its own. It doesn't sound like a hi-hat at all. You can just still hear the echo of the kick. I quite like that. That's just got groove. It's got groove, baby. Okay, let's give ourselves the challenge of that. And then, what kind of tempo are we feeling, and what kind of style? Yeah, you got to chop it. Choppity chop. Chop, choppity chop. That's almost like a nice loop on its own. Okay, I might stick in tempo of 99 tonight. I'm quite liking this. If we sped it up, what effect would that have? If we go back to it. Oh, it puts them in absolute spots. Okay, that's dry. We don't want that. I wanted them to move with the bar lines. Let's stick with 99. Let's stick with 99. What I was gonna do, we could probably filter the kick echo. That is a good shout. What I'm gonna try is to use some delay here. On this track straight away to see if we can't get this sounding like a rhythm. So I think we probably want medium length delay, yeah, like a 16th note delay maybe. And we need to tidy up our samples, but you can already get the feeling here. Yeah, it sounds like you have bad internet. That's just because my samples are choppy. I need to tidy them. We'll tidy them now. I'll show you this process. So what we do is we make it nice and jumbo so we can see what we're doing here. We switch from grid mode up here into slip mode, which means nothing gets locked to any particular bars. The only locking that would happen is if we scrolled in so far that we're actually messing with the core, with the like bit by bit. So the only limiting factor to what we can and can't chop becomes the bit rate of the sample, rather than like it being locking to any particular bar. But just by doing that, so we've tidied the intro there. There's less silence at the beginning, but more to the point. What we want to do is come in here to the end of the sample here, and it's kind of difficult with stereo samples sometimes because there's two channels and you kind of got to compromise between the two channels. But we're looking for a spot where both sides of the waveform are as close to 0 as possible, so that we get no kind of interruption really. And I think that's a pretty good spot. I think that's a pretty good spot. Maybe there. Let's try there. So actually we don't really need to move it too much, but if we just, yeah, I mean that's tidy. You can't hear any kind of clipping on the side there. Yes, Pat. Welcome, brother. How are you? And so this one we're going to tidy up. We need to tidy this one up quite a bit more. As you can see, we've got a lot of noise at the front here. And really what we're interested in is this impact here where the snare starts. So even if we only chop it there, I mean there looks like a good place to chop. But if you think that looks like it's not too close to where the impact is, but actually relatively what we're getting rid of is quite a lot. So I like that there. And let's just zoom in. Yeah, that looks perfect. Okay, and then we'll come back later when we can do it now. We go back to grid mode and grab it and then bring it into the grid. Beautiful. But then we want to do it to the back end of the sample as well. And what this does is this just stops us having pops and clicks. It makes it sound cleaner, crisper, warmer. Okay. It's not the best spot there. That's a pretty good spot. I think we could go there and be quite happy. So fine, let's do that. Then over here. Right, so we want to get in and we want to nuzzle ourselves in here somewhere. Or here maybe. Yeah, look, right there looks good. Yeah, that looks perfect. Right there looks perfect. Just do that. Sorted. And then come to the back end, as it were. I like there. That's a good spot. Just get rid of that. I pressed enter accidentally, so I brought myself back to the start. But did we get our deleted bit in first? Yeah, it looks like we did. Perfect. So I think that sample's tidy. So again, go back to grid, move it on back onto the grid, and then we're sorted. Pat needs to get involved when we do the bars session, bruv, for sure. Pat needs to be involved. Bars, fam. Should we do bars next week? Bars, cuz. I think we should do bars next week. Finish up some of these tunes. Okay, I'm going to go right there with this one. I think that's tidy. And this one, see, look, we've got quite a lot of tidying to do. This is where Michael was probably feeling like his internet was crappy, is because you were hearing only the very beginning of this cut. Like, listen to this. That's Butters. So, yeah, we want to get rid of all of this here. Yes, Biker Danny, welcome. Welcome to the mix. How many finished products we anticipate? My God, who knows? So this is the 7th Music Making Club. And most weeks have had at least 3 beats be made. Like I've made one each week, Nico's done one each week, Dan's done one each week, James has done one each week. I think James missed maybe the first 2 sessions. I think the very first session was just me. Week 1 was only me, so it was 1 beat in week 1. Then I think there was like 3 beats in week 2 and 3. And then there's been at least 4. Some weeks there's been 5. We had Michael join in one time. My cousin Michael. And yeah, things. What was that? Michael Kirkland. He was one of the 2 Michael Kirklands. We've got, my dad's name is Michael Kirkland, but also my cousin's called Michael Kirkland. It's beautifully confusing. And then we've also, of course, got Shurgescu Michael, which is a whole nother Michael. We got Michaels coming out of our ears out here. Right, what am I doing with this sample? This one, I think we just, yeah, we don't need to change anything. We just need to chop it somewhere clean. So Pro Tools tip, put your playhead somewhere, and then when you zoom, it's going to zoom into next to the playhead. It's just way easier than zooming and then having to find where you're going to. See here, because we're so zoomed in, I'm on slip mode, but you can see it's still locking to certain distances here. That's our bitrate. That's literally that's the density of the information within the sample, because digital is, it's not analog, it's a digital sample, and that is the bitrate. Geeky little thing, but I like that kind of stuff. When you can actually see the density of the information that is making audio, and you're like, rah, there it is. Let's chop it to there. Okay, beautiful. And then did I move that to the front? No, I didn't yet. You see, it's still not quite at the front. So then we grid, grab, lock. Okay, and now let's check our sample here. Oh, Pro Tools has lost the plot. Okay, so we'll save this. This happens sometimes. I just have to relaunch Pro Tools. 99, your name's Michael too. Wow, that's amazing. That's quite incredible. Okay, yeah, I just need to relaunch Pro Tools very, very quickly. Have I still got all the St. John stuff on the chat script screen? Yeah, I do. Okay, well, we'll move that. Is that? Yeah, it's still 666. Okay. What I'll do while Pro Tools is relaunching is I can play a few of the tunes that we've made in past weeks. So Pat, you can hear some of the previous beats we've made. So let me save lucky number 7, and then let's get Pro Tools on the relaunch ting. And then I'm going to find some of the beats we've made in previous weeks. Okay, so this is the beat we made last week, firstly. Yes, Louis Lou. Hello to you too, sir. Ha. I was feeling this beat last week. This was when we did the software swap. Rhythm, right? I think we did well last week. Old school, right? And so this is what we're doing this week. For anyone who's just joining, I see a few new viewers cropping up just now. Welcome to the stream. This week we are doing the Funky Drummer Challenge, the iconic Funky Drummer sample from James Brown. And here is what I've got with it so far. We've just chopped a few choice moments out of the sample here. I rearranged them, tidied up the samples a bit, and chucked a tiny bit of delay on, and we go like this. It's alright, it's not the best start, but it's something, right? It's kind of interesting. I'm not really feeling the delay, exactly how it's set up right now. I'm way more feeling that. I quite like that, you know. Safe Nico, enjoy Fruity Loops. I'm looking forward to hearing what you make it out. Yeah, I was 99. I was thinking the exact same thing. We need to make our kick more pronounced here. Now we're not saying we're not allowed to add in more samples. We are. Safe Pat, take care, bruv. I'm not saying we aren't allowed to add in more samples. We are, but it'd be nicer to use as much of Funky Drummer as we can. It's nice though, it's a nice start that, like, I think that what we should do is come up with some melodic elements to place around this thing first. And see how we do. See how we do. I definitely agree though, 99. Like, I think that it's like more than likely that we will load in a kick and a snare or a clap sample. Just to accentuate the drums, this layer here. But we'll just start with, we'll play Funky Drummer. The other thing we could do to this is we could chuck a bit of compression on it. I think that might be nice. We'd want the compression before the delay, and we could give it some hard limiting. That just makes it pop more already. Okay, I like that. So what I'm going to do is just quickly loop, like drop these into track 9 as well. And we'll call this Funky Drummer Reverb. So this will be the reverb track. So we'll keep the reverb on that one. On this side, we're going to have no reverb. And we'll just put our reverb slightly over to the left there. Like so. Bring it down in the mix a bit. And then this is just going to give it some ambience. If anything, what I would like to add to it is some hi-hats. But it's quite funky, like what we've got of that is quite funky. Just gonna try moving this to there. No. I like that. What if it's there? It probably still does. Yeah, no, it really does work. Like, hold on, let's make our grid. Say 2s. What happens if this goes there? Yeah, no, that's totally throwing things. Let's keep it where it was. Okay. Yeah, I think what I want to do is add some pads. In fact, should we also piss around with the loop and make it longer, make it a longer loop, so there's a bit more variety in what's playing here. So it's like what I'd be keen to do is maybe chuck in our kick here over the top of what we had there. So maybe not. Didn't have quite the desired effect there, but I like the concept. So like, what if it went there? So the second half, yeah, just some extra added fun there. Okay, from the top. I'm just wondering about this. This is going to be quite full on, maybe too full on, probably. Yeah, it's too much, it's too much. It's fine like this. Kick it to death. Okay. Oi, oi, Louie Lee, welcome to the ting. Oh, yes. Hi, hello, Louie Lee's mother. Safe. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I think we're getting somewhere here. We're getting, like, something going. Let's go again. So what I'm hearing is, like some sawtooth kind of pads. Something that's very, like, sort of minimalist electronica kind of sound. So if we come into expand, I think, because expand is gonna have some polyphonic synths, and we'll have a couple of like minor chords, maybe just working in fifths or fourths, something easy like this. Hold on. The kind of chords I'm thinking of would be like to go, let's say we get started in E minor, like it's like an A minor or something, or maybe like an E minor to a B minor, or maybe like E minor to like F sharp minor. Actually, that could be quite nice, just back and forth between the two. Yeah, but like 2 minor chords a tone apart. Let's do that. So let's not do fourths or fifths. Let's do an interval of a second. So polysynths, like thick, bright chords. That's already what I'm thinking of. So let's write the part, and then we'll come back and find the right sound. But we'll use thick, bright chords as our starting point. So that was nice. So let's start with E minor. Okay, already I hate this sound. I hate it. But we want to go, at least for that long, maybe not. Yeah, and then up to the F sharp. Okay, now we've got that going, I'm going to find the right sound, and then we're going to build the chords. Fat chords? No. It's close, that. It's close, but it's not. Okay, you know what? I might actually abandon this, and what we'll do is we won't use expand. We're going to use a proper synth. We're going to use vacuum, because vacuum will give us the kinds of sounds we're after, I think. Easier. Short bass notes with attack and no release. Yeah, we could do that. We could do a little, use like our bass line to accentuate the kick. It does sound a bit church organ-y, that's true. So if we come in leads here, and we just want like generic fat, sure. I want something that's going to be more badass, just sound number 1. Whoops. No. It was nearly there, but no. Razor sharp lead. It's a little bit too sharp. It's a little bit too Tetris. Okay, hold on. If these went a bit lower. Be very gamey. Okay, let's build up the chords. Oh wait, it might not be polyphonic. Yeah, it's not polyphonic. So to build up chords with this, what we're going to need to do is duplicate it. So we've got three tracks here, all set the same, and then we can write up our chords into it. So that's like E1. So we need to come down. There's E1, so we might want to put a G. The problem is, okay, here's the thing. The aim for today is to make a massively sick beat using the Funky Drummer sample. Yeah, baby. So we don't want these chords to all move up and down together. So with that in mind, we're gonna let those go up down, but then we're gonna take a B and send it downwards to the minor third, which is going to be an A, yep, of the next chord, like this. So this is what we got so far. Okay, sweet. And then we want something to spell out the third for the E chord, which is a G. So we put this G up top. And then we want a fifth on the F sharp, which would be a C sharp. So this part is going to have quite a large jump in it. So we can try whether we like the jump upwards or downwards, but my gut's telling me we're going to like it downwards. Let's try that. Yeah. And then back up again. And then I think we want to keep going. Oh no, that's the problem with this method, is it's very time consuming and fiddly having 3 tracks doing one part. But it's the price you got to pay if you want to use monophonic synths in a polyphonic style. You just need 3 instances of it. So I think we're going to go round and round. Let's loop our drums a bit longer so that we can feel the ting. So we come, loop that there, and again. So let's write our chord sequence quickly. So we're going to be like... So one obvious option would go up to this one. And then maybe... I mean, these are really cliche chords, but that's going to be really nice. So it could be we go. Yeah, let's do that. We'll be euphoric. These are very, very cliche chords. We're not like doing anything groundbreaking in terms of you know, the history of harmonic composition or whatever. You could do a mix using just clips of your voice, and that'd be funny. Yeah, okay. What we do is we'll take like an episode of Terra Firmacraft, and I can only use like the commentary track from an episode of Terra Firmacraft, make a tune. That'd be pretty funny. It'd be like crucible. Okay, anyway, that's dumb. I'm also thinking we might want to add a 4th track here so that we can get 7ths out. I like 7ths. So let's make all these medium. So we've got, excuse me, sir. Medium sized. So that we have room in here. Yeah, let's get a 4th guy going. So track guy medium. Chuck this on, and the other thing that's going to be happening by now is that these are going to be getting quite loud probably between them all. Yeah, so I think we want to bring them all maybe down to like -5.5. That would do. Just take 5 decibels off the top of them all, because the thing that's so easy to do is to forget to do this early on when you're creating a new track. And then you end up with a mix that's just way too loud, and then you have to come back and move everything around later, and it's really annoying. Okay. Okay, so we might want to rethink our parts here, because we now have 7ths that we can introduce. Unless we do want the 7ths going up and down in parallel with the roots, but I don't think we do want that. I think what would be much nicer. So, firstly, we'll need a D, yeah? That's like our 7th for the first chord. I mean, maybe it will work having them go in parallel. I don't know. I think I would prefer to be able to make the motion downwards. So let's change this part so that it serves the 7th here, which is the E. And then we could have this guy serving the C sharp, which is the 5th of the other chord, and it's just one semitone below. And you know what this is called? This is called voice leading. This is very, very tight, very nice voice leading here, because none of the parts are moving too far. We've got the root notes going upwards and all the other notes of the chord going in contrary motion, but not in parallel. Yeah, they're moving different. Like the gap here is 3 semitones, the gap here is 2 semitones, and the gap here is just 1 semitone. So it'll make each chord sound dense and make the movement sound like it's woven into one another, rather than it sounding like, here's my chord, and then it just all moved to here, and then it all moved back down, and it all moved here. This is more like a web that's going like, oh, 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 something like that. The only question would be, what difference would it make to the sound if these 5ths weren't so high? If we brought the 5ths down an octave, so they're buried in the middle of the, sorry, not the 7th, well, whatever it is, that part, they're not actually both 7ths, are they? But if we just make the voices tighter, like, yeah, it's nicer. I think it's nicer. Although, is this just a kind of false economy, because actually nothing's really... Yeah, no, I think it's good. I think it's working. And the other thing we can do is we can pan these all over the place. So we could have like the root notes in the middle probably, and then just put one of them over here and put the other two like over here and over here, something like this. You can feel the chords all spread out across your earphones. Yeah, it's nice. Now with them all panned in different places, you really hear the effect I was just talking about. You hear the fact that the parts are moving in different directions to one another and jumping different distances, because they aren't all coming from the same place anymore. They're all spread out across your earphones, so you're actually hearing 4 separate synths now. And that is one of the advantages of using 4 tracks and using a monophonic synth 4 times over. Okay, so let's carry on our chord sequence here. So the root note's going to be the easiest to fill out. We want to go to a G next. Let's give this a little zoom. A G. And then I think I quite liked going down to the A. So it's going to be quite a drop down here, but down to here. And then up to a C. And we do the cliche all along the watchtower, build up back then to the D. And so we're chucking in some major chords here in this next section, basically. Okay, so then this part is going around a B. So we can go back up to the B for a G chord, no problem. That's a major third there, so we'll leave that in. And in this section, we're going between a G and an E there. So I'm going to bring this one upwards as well to an F sharp, potentially, which is like our major 7th there. And then this would need to be the 5th, which would be the D. So the only problem here is that we are literally moving everything upwards in this. This is like this is what we'd call parallel motion. We're going from an F sharp minor up to a G, and everything's moving upwards. We might decide against that in a minute, but let's hear how it sounds from the top. Yes, you like a bit of sick fam. Sick fam. Yes, Captain Weatherstuff, welcome to Music Club. Don't worry, you guys are all cool. You can say sick fam and you can be cool, or you can say good day, sir. I'm up for it all. I don't mind them all moving upwards. The way that we could get around them all moving upwards is just by switching some of these parts around. So for example, this one here could go down to the F sharp instead, and then where we have the F sharp could jump up to a B. But that wouldn't be very good voice leading. That's a big jump of like a fifth. So that one isn't probably the best to trade around. But if you say took, what's that, a D there. So this A could jump up to a D, and that could go down to a B. So we could try that. They've just switched rails. Yep, I prefer it. I prefer the contrary motion. You just feel a bit more motion there. Okay, and then this is going to be a big jump for the bass line. So then we want to keep our voice leading cool here. So put a C there, maybe. And then they've both dropped down. So ideally this could jump up to a G, which is the fifth, which would be perfect. And then we just need like a G for like the... Or we could try the B and try like a sus chord here on the A minor. I've gotten very confused there. Something's not right, is it? The G, maybe that should just be the E to keep the sus chord a bit tidy. Yeah, that's quite clashy. That's a bit too spicy for me. It's a bit too spicy for me. So let's put the E there and keep that on the G actually. Yeah, 2 moving up, 2 moving down. I don't know if I like the A minor, you know. I think maybe it'd be better as a B minor. Yeah, let's try a B minor chord instead of an A minor. So, that could stay where it was. That could stay where it was. And if we want it to be a B minor... Yeah, perfect. Yeah, it's a subtle chord change, because G major and B minor are very similar. If essentially all the feeling is of this G going down to a B and not much else is changing really. Now this is going to be a challenge to make some of these notes move around in a different way. So we have our C major here. So I guess we'd want to try the B maybe? Or the B could go there. And this could go up to the third, to the E. But then everything's going up. We don't want that. So we'll bring that down to the G. And then we need an E here, which can come down. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so everyone's going down except for the bass note going up. I wonder if we can get away with a dominant 7th here. That might be really spicy. Let's see. The sample is called Funky Drummer. Do you want me to send it to you, 99? I could send it to you on Discord if you like. Gift again. Oh, you gotta love a bit of autocorrect. What's the stuff means hydrogen? Okay. Captain Hydrogen. Sounds like a standard superhero name, bruv. I like it. Okay. C there. Got a D there. Oh yeah, so now we just need like an F sharp and an A. So that's an F sharp right there. That's good voice leading. And this one could drop to an A, which is also a nice bit of contrary motion there. Okay, so probably a bit disorientated listening to individual chord changes, but here's the whole sequence now. Okay, sounding nice. I'm feeling it. Let me send you this sample now, 99. You guys are on fire with the puns. Absolutely fire. I'm chucking the sample file into the Dank Music thread on the Discord. So it's there for anybody who wants it to make beats with. Oh baby. Okay. Let's. You know what I'm feeling now? I'm feeling a really funky bass line. We want that. Oops. Wait, where am I? Where's my cursor? Here it is. Whatever, you know what I mean? It's that kind of vibe. That's what I'm going for next. So let's sort that out. And I think for this one, we're going to stick with vacuum as well. Bass sounds here. I think simple bass is quite nice. I use this bass sound quite a lot, at least when I'm writing parts, and then maybe I come back in and tweak it, but it's a nice place to start. We're going to pack down all of these into regions now, and it may even be more beneficial to us now to bounce this into one audio file that we can manipulate, but we could maybe talk about that later. For now, I think this is fine. I think we could tidy up a bit here, so we could call this pad 1 through pad 4. The next one we're going to call bass. We've got these two guys. Let's bring all the tracks we're using to the top of the deck, so everything's nice and together. Oh baby. And then live this one, let it live a bit large. Living it large, mate. And now let's come up with a bass line. I'm feeling just like pentatonic grooves here. So we're starting on an E. I mean, even just that already, I'm getting feels, guys. Oh, I love bass. Play that funky music, white boy. Boom. Dip dip. I want it to be like more swung. We need to bring out some dottedness, I think. No, not dottedness, maybe. It just sounds too on the beat. It just sounds too robotic right now. It's quite nice. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think it just needs to be the same lick. Whoops. Da-ba-da-da-da. Da-ba-da-da. Ba-ba-da-da. Ba-ba-ba-da. That's not what I sang, but I think that'll be nice. Ba-ba. Wait, yeah, that is what I meant. That is what I meant. Yep, and then looper de looper. Okay, and up here then we'll change. I think we come from below this time. So we come down to like that. Yeah, ba-ba-da-bum. Okay, I'm falling less and less in love with the. I think we need that gap. I think it just needs to be the two. Something like that. Just keep that lick going maybe, I don't know. Just hold it on the G here. Then to the A to the B. I wonder if we're just going to get sick of this. Ba-dab, ba-dab. Yeah, I'm sick of it. Like we have to abandon that ba-dab, ba-dab once we get into this section. So let's get rid of all of that and get rid of that and see what we've got left. Let's keep it simple. And then what if we just did the same run up but just like rushed it along so that we can then land on the C instead. I think no, it'd be better if it's like sequential like that, I think, yeah. Yeah, it writes itself, people. Yep, should we do one of those? So we write it backwards from where we want to land. And I think the length of the notes that we're looking at here are these second notes. We want to land on the E. So we'll start with there. Like this. Up the scale. Is this what we're thinking? Yeah. And so we want to then land one note below it, so that goes back up. So we start the next set of 4 one below, and then work up the scale here, and we land on our D, which is the chord we're on. Okay, baby, got ourselves the beginnings of a bass line here. Loop the ting. The bass line's way too loud, but it's sounding good. Put it through a guitar amp, I think. Oh, Finberg, you're starting now. Jokes. You got it, man. Quite chill, this. It's quite chill. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Right, we're getting somewhere. Glad you like the end there, Danny. I'm not convinced that this bass amp's doing it any favours. It might just be better off with some compression, you know, like some really, really aggressive compression. Like, what's bass guitar compression? Alright. I'm thinking more like hard limit. Oh no, Johan's keeping you busy, eh? Yeah, it's very 8-bit. The synths I chose are literally, the preset was literally called Tetris. So yeah, it's pretty 8-bit sounding, alright. Now these pads are all very dry sounding, and we want probably some moisture. So I'm thinking that we put an EQ on them firstly. Although they're already quite narrow. Actually, the highs are what we want. It's the lows we can roll off them. Fine. We'll just roll the lows off. And then we're going to add just a light bit of plate delay. Not plate delay, plate reverb. Like a short plate or a bright plate. Yeah. This is going to make them shimmer a little bit more. So we just have the synths. Nice. Very good. Boss music, yeah. Yeah, so that will help. Yeah, Lulu, you reckon they're a bit loud. I agree. We're kind of adding the reverb to them softens the blow there. Also, I've just had a thought here on these bass notes, just to add a bit of funk to these bass lines. We're just going to chuck in tiny little accidentals, not accidentals, I don't know what you'd call them. Yeah, I guess you'd call them accidentals, maybe like there. No, and then that's gonna be, yeah, lovely. Just adds a bit more groove to that second section. I'm actually going to move one of them. So we want, I want that one, the second time it happens, for it to be on the beat. So it just throws you a bit. So it'll be like, sweet. I wonder, do we want to mess with the bass line any more than just having compression on it? I think for now it's fine. Okay, now one of the things that I think we'll definitely end up doing, so I'm going to do it right now, is we're going to separate the two halves of this. So heading up into these alternative chords, I think we don't want it to happen every single time we come round the bend. So it's like that would go there, and then we actually want it like here. So we're going to do the kind of first sequence of chords like 3 times before we actually get the payoff of the other chords. I think that will be nice. Oops, there we go. Oh, does that mean that these guys are in the wrong place? Or they've just had their beginning chopped off of them? Ah, boo-hoo. So we'll have to get that one a bit more accurate this time. I'm not cannibalized. There we go, that's perfect. And then we'll loop our funky drummer. And then I think we're down to melodies now. Got bass line, got chord sequence. We need some melodies here. Okay. Well, I'm feeling that. You guys might disagree, but I'm wondering about electric guitar instead of acoustic for those chops. But I think some guitar chops definitely be really nice. But I think like that kind of funky guitar chops that I'm going with there, it's like a Nile Rodgers kind of thing, and it needs to be on the Fender Strap, my baby. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking electric guitar for that. But before we do that, I want to make our drum part really pop, because I think there'll be sections of the song where we just use funky drummer, but I think there needs to be more to the drums here. A ride cymbal. That kind of thing. And we also want to accentuate the kick and the snare. Yeah, whatever that pattern is that we've got going there. It's chilling me out. Oh, good. I'm glad. We aim to please, and it is important to chill out. To get your chill on. So we're going to say kick and snare there, but it might actually, I'm going to immediately change my mind. We're going to go for a kick and a clap. Record that dink with voice. I think not. But I appreciate your enthusiasm for my ding. But yeah, we're not putting that in with voice. Oh yeah, and then so I want a ride cymbal. And I think we're probably going to want two ride cymbals. We're going to want like a loud one and a quiet one. And there is, other ways of doing this, but I've always found the simplest thing to be just have a track for each. Have one track for your loud sample, one track for your low. So ride soft. You've almost got the full kit sampled. Amazing. That means you've put in more legwork to get things rolling than I have, bruv. So you're in a good spot with that, I think. Yeah, let's use the Ride Bell and the Ride Bell Metallic as our two samples for those. Let's get those muted. Then kick. I don't actually want to use a real kick. I think we want to... let me show you my sample packs here. Well, I've got Provoca Fruity Loop stems in here. That's hilarious. I think we want to go drum machine and just go 808. Let's keep it real simple because that will really complement the Tetris thing. So clap. It's such a classic clap sample. Who could live without that sample? And then the kick is also just an absolute classic, wherever it is. Dank's got the clap, yeah. Who can live without a friendly clap? You got to make it clap sometimes. The problem is with these ones is they're very, like that classic 808 is very bassy. And that's not what we're going to want. So we want the thud, I think. Maybe we don't go 808 for the kick. I definitely want the 808 clap. Should we try an Akai? I don't know what this is going to be like. Yeah. I recognise all these from Fruity. I like that one. Okay, so let's do some drums now. I hate these little notifications that VLC wants to keep giving me because you can't actually stop them. It's just like, leave me alone. Go away. Okay. Thank you. So it's gonna be just basically like clap there, clap there. I think this is kick, isn't it? Here. Yeah. So our rhythm is like just that. I think that's it. And these are going to be quiet, very quiet, much quieter than they are right now. Yeah, great. We're going to keep the clap on that side. Actually, no, let's keep the clap in the middle and put the ride over to the right. Ding, 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 ding. Whatever stupid thing I was doing. So we'll start just with the accented notes. Do we want it just offbeat things like this? Let's mute everything else for now. In fact, let's get them both going at the same time. They're really loud. Let's make them much, much quieter. Bring them over to the right ever so slightly. Yeah. And then I think we want another strong one there. I want to make these samples much shorter, like, and we'll put our own reverb on them. I think that'll be fine, like if they're just that big. They might sound a bit choppy, but that will also probably add to the effect, yeah? Okay, it's a bit too chopped. Let's make them 4 long. I want to feel the rhythm that I want it to be. At the moment, I'm just putting things in places, but I'm not actually, like, I haven't felt the groove enough. Huh. Big loop thing. Okay, perfect. Yeah, okay. So we want them. Yeah, that's actually the pattern we want. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, sick. And then it's going to be all about these little accented ones in the middle and how they switch it up a bit. Yeah, like that maybe, and then like another one. Even there, is that just going to be chaos? Oh, we've ended up with a click coming back in. Oh, safe Nico. Unfurled me. You had a little fuck this moment and trashed half of your beat. Okay, oh sick, did you WhatsApp me a little exclusive? Yeah, I'm definitely on that. I want to check in, see what you're saying. Alright, boom. Oh, nice chords. Nice. Oh, I thought it was going to be a drop there. I like it. I love how it's like use a funky drummer sample, so you just use it in the intro and then just cut the thing. Nice. Not sure I'm feeling the little ding. Otherwise, I'm really feeling it. But you did just come in with new drums, just like abandoned funky drummer. Oh, there we go. I like it actually. I like what you've done, how it's like the shuffle in the background. That's kind of almost the effect I'm going for here as well now, actually. I hear the rains down in Chinatown. Ooh. Alright, I should just stop checking my WhatsApp like a bait man. Yeah, I was feeling that, Nico. I was definitely feeling it. Very nice. Very nice. Here, I'll play you the whole rhythm that I've got so far, so you can compare the thing. We're going to have Nile Rodgers style chops over the top. Tink, 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 That's what we got. I haven't put my stuff on Spotify yet, no. I've just been messing around. There was a band I used to be in that kind of made a real kind of go of like record deal chasing, you know. So that stuff's on Spotify. Although I was never really happy with how the recordings turned out in the end. There's a long story there, but Nico knows that story. But the recordings at the end of it, I wasn't particularly happy with. I think we could have done them very differently and very better. Expressive chords, I'm feeling it. Yeah, classic. Yeah, I don't know the cowbell that. That was the one part of your beat I reckon. Find it. I like the rhythm of that part, and I like maybe even the sonic quality of it, but like just the note, that exact note is maybe needs a bit of a tweak. But yeah, I'm thinking about releasing like a EP or like maybe a little instrumental album of DankNStein rhythms. We're about to get to 500 subscribers, and I've been toying with the idea of Patreon too, because to be honest, having all this time off work with the pandemic and spending so much time on YouTube recently and enjoying it so much, I feel like it could be something that I want to pursue full time at some point. Who knows? Let's get this ride cymbal done. Let's get the the electric guitar chops in, and then we'll take it from there. I quite like that. What I want to do is EQ them first, so they can cut through the mix properly. So if we just look at this one. Oh, 1.5 seconds. Yeah, that's fairly unworkable in a musical situation. Okay, I'm happy with that EQ. Can we brighten it a bit? Yeah, that's a nice spot to brighten. Okay. And then compress. Bit of reverb. That's butters. That's so butters. That's better. Okay, great. And I reckon if we just copy that over to the other sample. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So let's just loop that. Loop that shit. Yeah, when you're doing mixing and you listen to one part over and over again, there is a kind of madness that goes on in your head when you've just been listening to ding, 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 ding. Or like when you're mixing kick drums and you just literally sit there for maybe like 20 minutes while you're tweaking stuff and you're just listening to this. Like, let me just EQ this a second. What if we just did just a little low cut here? It's a tiny little one, but we could cut all the top. No, we want to keep some of the top, but we want to kind of probably duck out the mids. Nice, punchy, and then yeah. Anyway, you get the picture. I won't put you through any more of it than that, but yeah. Oh my god, yeah, James, I've done that so many times when you're tweaking something for like ages and you're like, yeah, and you finally decide where you like it, and then you're like, oh shit, that was in bypass. I was actually not tweaking anything. All the changes I thought I could hear that I was making was all in my head. Oh yeah, we could do some voice like ours. That could be really nice. If we doubled up all of these parts here with our voice. We might do that. We might do that in a second. But let's do our electric guitar chops first. Okay, so you won't be able to see my face, but you'll be able to see my beautiful chops, baby. Do we want to go? Would that still be like a legit B minor? I don't think so. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Right. Yes, we could go. That sound pretty weird. It's not really a B minor 7 though, that's the issue, I think. We'd need to go. Okay, maybe we'll come down to this B minor here instead. So it's probably more interesting if I have it plugged in and you guys can hear what's going on. I say, hey, what's going on? So here we go, we'll record them here, that'll be fine. And we want Input 3. Okay, do one of these. Okay, let's just get something recorded here. Oh shit! I keep going to the chord change early. I like that. I like doing something where we just splash the F sharp. Yeah, we'll do it like that. Also, I want to add in like some intro here because at the moment we've got no room to actually start recording on time, so we need like just a couple bars at the beginning for me to do it, get a count in from. Maybe let's do 2 bars and a click. In fact, we don't need 2 bars. 1 is fine. Cool. Alright, let's give this a go. That was going well, but I ballsed it up. Perfect. Let's double take it, or double track it. Double track. Yeah. Which just basically means we're going to record the exact same thing again. Let's go. Do the splash there. Yep, forgot to do the splash again. Huh. kind of screwed up that last D chord at the end, but we're just going to go with it. I think it's going to be fine. We'll make that second take that was the slightly worse take, the slightly quieter of the two in the mix, and I think it'll be fine. And I'm just going to go and top my glass. So I'll be back in a second. Alrighty, let's see here how these electric guitars are going to fit in then. I think this is going to be some pretty Nile Rodgers worthy action here. Although that's making rather bold claims of my guitar playing there by comparing myself to such a legend. It's probably highly inaccurate. That's the one. Yeah, the D chord is really scrappy on that one, but I will allow it. What about just a tiny, tiny bit of verb? I just think some rock would fit. Okay. Spice it up a bit. So yeah, okay, we could add some like big distorted chords towards the outro. Once we start structuring it, I can see how that would work. Some heavy guitar. Definitely. And maybe that's a bit too much reverb, one might say. Something like that. Perfect. Hard right, hard left. Feel that width. You know what the problem is with the way I've EQ'd these now is that they are really in the same spectrum here as the pads. If you listen to these two on their own together, there's not much room for one and the other to jump in around each other. So I think instead of, I'm going to try just clean one. That's a bit better. The D chords kind of messed up on both takes. Also, I think we want these to just be in one place, and I think that one place should be the left. And we should maybe consider panning all of these. Like, what if we put that guy nearly hard right? Like, let's put him 75. Let's bring this one in a bit to 54. So now all of our pads are all on the right here. And then we can bring our two electric guitar parts over to this side like that and have a bit more separation between the two. Much better. Nice. Now you can actually hear the splashes in the mix, like the moments where we stop being rhythmic with it, like now. You can actually hear that. You can hear the lack of guitar coming in. Great, okay, I'm happy. So now let's double up these pads with our voice. I think they're still too loud probably. So we bring them all down to -8 decibels maybe. I think you can just type into those boxes. I don't know why I don't do that. There we go. That's sweet, man. If only a little bit of a hit would be nice here and there. 99, in terms of input lag, mate, you want to look at the latency setting in on your audio interface. I would imagine there'll be a option somewhere, like no, that's not what I meant, like in your DAW for the buffer, the hardware buffer, how many samples that is. What time's completion time? I don't know. Should we say 10? 20 minutes? In 20 minutes time? I've only got a loop. I need to start working on some structure, but I want to do these vocals first. But we normally say about 10 o'clock. Something like that. Give or take. Okay, so I'm going to solo this part. And we're going to record enable this track. And it's going to be input 1, which is our mic. Hello. So now you guys might be able to hear me twice, except we can't because that's soloed. But if we unsoloed it, yeah, then we can hear probably some sort of delayed secondary layer. Anyway, so we're going to mute it so we can't hear that. And we're just going to sing along with these synths. So, okay. Do we want to do it falsetto? Probably not. Oh, maybe we want a mix of falsetto and non. What are all the parts? Yeah, I think we'll do Project Zomboid tonight, mate. I'm feeling that. And we just do it. Okay, let's do the first one first. Okay, cool. Yeah, fine. Let's go. It might be rough around the edges, but who cares? It'll be fine. It's very quiet. We're not getting much input at all, are we? No, we are not. We're getting a bit there. We're getting a little little bit, but I'd like more. Ah, ah. Okay. Yeah, we don't look. I mean, whenever it happens, man. Woo. Okay, let's give this a go. That'll be fine. And double it. That was a very wobbly start. Fine. And then okay. I want more breath. I didn't take deep enough breath. Still ran out of breath. A little bit of a swell at the end there. Very nice. Perfect. So we're going to need loads more audio tracks here. We've got enough for 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 2 more mono audio tracks. So that we've got enough for everyone to get down. And then we're going to structure this part first, might as well. So grab this guy. Loop-de-loop. Loop-de-loop. Wait, was it definitely just one little bit? Yep, one little bit. And then these guys need to come back to here too. And be cut off there and there. Okay, sweet. Part 1 done. In the right place still? Lovely. Okay, next. In fact, there's a smarter way of doing this. We'll pull these up to here. Oh, yeah, okay, cool. Next geezer. Okay, we're doing these quite high. But I like it. I think that'll be good. Do we want them high? That one's too high. So I have to do that one down the octave. And then it was like. Okay. It's quite high pitched. Maybe we should do them all falsetto. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Here we go. Terrible start. Kind of run out of breath, but we're against the clock here, so we're just going to go with that one. A bit wobbly, wobbly. Run out of breath again. My voice broke in the middle there. I should be standing up as well. It's better form to go a bit higher. It's also a bit breathy at the end, but we're just going to go with it again against clock. Whoops, missed my cue. Fuck's sake. Running out of breath. Fucking hell. That'll do. That'll just fucking ding dang do. Whatever. He's fiend. He's faking. Choppity chop. Choppity chop on the chopping block. Okay, nice. Get you guys on a ting, get you guys on a ting, and then that's that part done. Bring him to the bottom. Check they're in the right place. Mute them up. Move them in line. Next part. Okay. Perfect. While we're on this, while we're doing this, I don't claim, by the way, to be a particularly good singer. I'm good enough, as long as I double track and put some effects on it afterwards, and it's not too prominent in the mix. So that's what this is going to be. Right, and then what's this part saying here? Okay. Little swell at the end. Fine. We're going to chop around the block tonight. We're going to chop it around the block tonight. Yeah, baby. Can you imagine if I do all this and it sounds pants? Probably will. Okay, then last part. Easy mode. Nope, ran out of breath. Again. I think some cider will help. No, never drink alcohol when recording vocals. Don't eat chocolate, don't have orange juice, don't have alcohol. Unless you really like cider and you want to drink it. Then it's fine. No, I've run out of breath again. Fucking hell. Cool. And what's this part? Wow, that's a weird one. So weird. I might actually need to stand up for this part because it's a bit lower. Oh no, I've got to mess around with all these. No, I'm not doing that. Too long. Yeah, cider makes it better. Cider makes everything better. Oops. It's a very small recording. There's almost like too much breath in my lungs there. Okay, wait, I need to put that up. I need to bring it back down. Back down. Okay, let's hope that that was worth it. It's a bit of a time investment there, but I think once mixed in to the flavours that we've got going on here, I think it's going to sound pretty nice. So, we can unrecord, enable that. I can unsolo that. We can unmute all of these, mute the click back up, and then let's get some kind of nice EQ going. So this is going to be the part that's cringy, where you have to listen to a loop. Lol. I actually want to test this on one of the lower parts. That's the lowest part there. How does this EQ sound on that? They're really bad takes. It's very wobbly. My voice is not sounding good, but I rushed them as well. Vocals always take me a very long time to record, and I didn't put any time into those really. So we can expect something like that, but some sort of shape like that. Give them some top end sparkle. Let's go with that. We need to move quickly here. So we'll chuck that EQ onto all 8 of these tracks, and I could use a bus or something to be more efficient here. But I'm lazy, and my computer's powerful enough to handle just copying and pasting effects and not having to set up bus channels, so I'm just gonna not do it, but I should. I know it's best practice and all. Let's name these so that I know what's going on. Box 5, 6, 7, 8. I didn't name my guitars either, just call them G1 and G2. That'll be fine. Okay, right, so all of our vocals now have EQ on apart from the 8th one, which now it does as well, banging. And then we want to add some reverb or some compression. Let's compress them first. Something like a Vox leveler would be perfect. I know that preset works good for this kind of purpose. And then, well, apparently not. Oh, that's just because Pro Tools needs a restart. Oh, Pro Tools. Well, at least it's forced me to save. Yes, Defenders, welcome. If you start mixing, it'll take you 30 to 40 minutes. Yeah, I mean, send it. I'm going to need another 10 minutes on this before mine's ready. I just want to get these vocals in. Maybe a cheeky structure of some kind. So I'm going to need 10 minutes. But yeah, let's just let Pro Tools do its restart here. I'll give you guys another rhythm from recent weeks. Like, this is the other Fruit Loops one I made a few weeks back. I used this beat extensively in the Terra Firma Craft episode that went out yesterday. Pretty decent. I like that one. Thought that one come out nice. Okay, lucky number 7. Okay, let's have a listen. Fine, and then we just want like a nice reverb on it, quite a lot. A large bright hall. Okay, we'll chuck that on all of them. And then this should sound pretty nice. Then we can EQ them, well, then we can level them into the mix. Yes, Dan, send the thing. Sounds good, ma'am. Sweet. So, where do we want them in our mix? Now, if I unsolo them all, let's mute them all, and let's look at what our mix looks like at the moment, and where there's room. think we just want them in the middle. We just want them all in the middle. We're just quiet. So I think the reverb we've added onto these has made them quite bassy again. So I might just try flipping the EQ to the end of the effects chain. Just a little bit of a mad one, but let's just see what that does. So they need to be quieter because they're massive. And actually, I still think the EQ could do with taking more of the bottom end off. I mean, that's quite extreme to do that to this, but let's just do that and see, because then they might have a slightly more ethereal, floaty quality to them if we really take out quite a lot of the middles. Yeah, I think that's right. So now they sound almost like they're coming out of like a phone speaker or something. But then they sit in the mix better there. And then lastly, the thing that I like to do with big vocal layers like this is get them all muted and bring the tracks in one by one. So if we just solo that guy, I want them in order of lowness. I think, yeah, that one's the lowest. So put those guys first. And then is it this one next? Or this guy? Yeah, 7 and 8 are next. And then yeah, so now they're in order of like pitch. So these first two are the lowest, so let's level those into the mix first. I think they're fine where they are. These can be a bit quieter. And the basic principle here is, I don't know if this is like an official thing or this is just what I've worked out, that you want the higher the vocal part, the lower it needs to be in the mix. The ones that are at the lowest notes sung need to just be a bit louder. The higher up you get, the easier it is to pick out that note. So I kind of I stagger it like this a bit. So then these ones coming in on top. Don't need to be as loud as those, and then again those are naturally quieter, so they're fine actually. But then okay, so we need to structure this, but we've run out of time really, so I'm just going to say mine is a loop. Mine has no structure this week. It's just that loop. And what we could do is we could mute things in and out as we go. Or maybe I can do a very cheeky structure quickly now. If we just grab the whole thing. It's not going to be a very proper structure, but like if we grab the whole thing and duplicate it like twice maybe. Okay, except we've lost some vocals there, but that's fine. Bring this in here. Bring these guys across to, say, here. And then let's get rid of all the vocals in the first rendition, at least. And maybe the chops. Let's get rid of the bass until the halfway mark and get rid of the helping hand from the drums. Well, let's get rid of the ride cymbal all the way until this point here. So halfway through the second half, the ride comes in. Let's have the helping hand that the bass gives the drums. Like, in fact, yeah. Then let's have the drums not come in until here. They're like helping hand drums. Okay, that's like a basic structure. It's very basic, but like, here we go. Yes, Dan, sick one. Okay, I like it. I'll tell you what I want to do. Just want to bring these notes in to halfway so that our drop really accentuates that bass run. Like this. Makes me want to loop it again. Makes me even want to just say to the guitar, like, actually, the guitar, bruv, to come. Oh, what way? This is a stupid way of doing this. We should grab all of this. All of y'all. And we're going to have lost these vocals. But we'll grab them. For some reason we didn't bring the guitar with us either. Also, whoops. Did we lose anything out there? Yeah, something's not right. What has happened here? Well, I guess we just need to chop those back to where they should be, and then yeah, I don't know why that guitar didn't come with, but like, just move over here because we don't actually want you in the first instance. I want there to be a nice. Oh, that's why I flopped. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, cool. Okay, so I'm done. I'm gonna save this. We can give it another listen to at the end. But now let's start unveiling some of the bangers that are being worked on remotely with our partner prods, big boy producers. So we've got a new version of Nico's track. Let's start with that right here, right now. Here we go. classic funky drummer comes in. Ooh, I like that extra percussion you've added. Yeah, that's nice. Ha! I rate that. Did you change the tempo, Nico, or did you keep it 99? We'll talk in a minute. It does sound very TFC. I agree, yeah. Oh! Yes! Yes! That bass! So good, man. Yes, Nico. There it is. There's the funky drummer coming in with the little chops. Bruv, this is sick. This is live. Good. It reminds me of Age of Empires as well, that. I like the ambience as well. Alright, get ready to jump in the Discord when the track finishes, guys, and we'll chat about this one now, straight after it. Dirty. Yeah, that was sick. I really enjoyed that. Let's jump into the TMMP chat and let's discuss the beat that we have just witnessed here. Boom. Safe, Nico.
Man's about.
How you doing?
I'm good. I've just got like all sorts of classic Nico whenever I jump on Discord, and I've got my audio settings just messed up. Let's just put my output into the headphones. Sick one. All right. Thank you for playing that. Thank you for the feedback. People seem to be liking it. It
was big. How you, Daniel? You alright?
That was amazing. That was awesome. I really didn't expect that bass to come in, and when it did, it was just like, oh.
I liked it. I started feeling. I'd started the tune with like the funky drummer, and I was going down the drum and bass direction, and I was just like, I'm not feeling it. And then I just basically scrapped it and started again, and then I started feeling it way more. Brought it back in, structured it. Basically, I'm kind of happy with the structure as it ended. I just wanted to mix it, but the actual like how it builds and how it how everything's arranged, I was quite happy with at the end. So I'm happy with that. The funky drummer sample, I thought I'd start with it and then use it as a more kind of more as a percussive sound. So what I'd want to do when I mix it is kind of roll off a lot of the bass and just kind of have it as just like a percussive sound in the background, and have the synth drums as the kind of powerhouse of the bottom end.
Yeah, it was like you were using it as like ghost notes and like extra kind of expression and like sixteenths and stuff, rather than it actually being
the main point, the focus of the beat. Yeah. But I did arrange it and did like chop it up and move it around, and like it's still a feature of, it's still a main feature of the drum pattern. But yeah, I wanted to just kind of use more kind of my electronic sounds on the drums on it.
I ended up doing the same thing. Like I layered a separate kick and clap and ride cymbal over the top.
I've not heard your full thing yet, but I've heard like little chops every now and then.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to hearing that. But yeah, I've got the pads in it as well, which I quite like. There's just like two layers of pads. One is kind of like lower and more reverbed, like more atmospheric, and then there's one that's just kind of much more present and quite high pitched. And then there's the which is just classic, trying to replicate a guitar on a synth pattern. So yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It was like, I think, like Dan said, when the bass comes in, that's definitely a moment of surprise, but like in a good way. Yeah,
a little bit of a tickle and tease, a tickle and release.
Mm-hmm. And I just like the marimba. Is it a marimba or whatever kind of tuned percussion it is? It's a nice part as well.
It started off as like a fake guitar, and then it just ended up being like a weird Japanese string sound or something. I think it's called.
Right, some kind of pluck.
Yeah, some sort of plucked sound, yeah.
Very nice. I think that's a definite contender for Bars Week next week. Are you guys up for Bars Week next week?
Yeah, I'm on it.
Always.
Sick. Okay, yeah.
Pat's got to be there as well. We need to have him.
Well, like, what we could do is we could basically, we'll have a little chat about it between now and next week, but we'll like prepare a few of the beats. So we've maybe got more than one each ready, and then we can throw one to Pat. Throw one to anyone else who just wants to write bars or do singing. And then have like several different people, all with a beat each to like, to work on. Could be good. And then we could do like a Zoom call where they're like performed live.
Oh wow!
Like write some bars and then like play the beat in the background and just like bars it over the top. I don't know. We can work it out. We can do recording too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking for Pat, like Pat will probably just do that, right? I don't know if Pat would do a recording at home. Anyway, we'll work it out.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So who's next?
Dan?
Is James on it today? Where's James?
I don't know. James was
about
at the beginning, but then about 45 minutes in, he popped into the chat saying he hadn't started yet. He was going to start now, and then he was like, "Oh wait, no, Johan's going crazy again." So I think he's been kept busy by the baby tonight. So I don't know whether he's actually started or whether he's coming back or not. It may just be the three of us.
Yeah. Well, tell him, fix up, look sharp.
Are those your words? Are they?
There's some words I've borrowed from a friend of mine.
Yeah. Advice from the heart.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Sweet. So should we play yours, Dan, next? Do you want to give us an intro?
I mean, this for me, I had something completely different at the beginning. It was way more like hip hop, and I'd sliced everything and I started arranging things. And then I just kind of freaked out, deleted it all. And then I went for like kind of classic funky drummer, drum and bass type thing.
Right. Nice. Cool. Sounds good, man.
Cool. Man's ready for it.
I'm gassed.
All right, I'm going to like go back to the stream and Daniel start your thing.
Sweet. Catch you in a mate.
Yeah.
Bidadum. Here we go. Cheeky bit of Dan. Oh yes, I'm in. Nice. Ooh. harmony is so lush. Reload. Gotta have that again. It's too much. Nice, so have that. That's nice. That's nice. That yeah. Well, let's jump back in Discord. I've got questions. Safe, Dan. That was sick.
Yo.
Yo.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
I kept it really simple.
I love the chords. The chord changes were so sweet. Like the fourth one of the sequence, it was like not what I was expecting. It's nice.
Yeah.
Like it's got a nice Is it the bass note that's a weird one there, or what? Is
Yes.
It? What, yeah.
Yeah. So is it on
do?
the fourth of the bar? Is it? Yeah.
Or the fourth chord of the sequence, like maybe the fourth bar of the 4-bar. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I went for like a 4/5, and the third bar was like a 1, but like a lower octave, and then it went up to 2 or something like that.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
But it was all built on F major, so I literally just stuck with all of the notes in that key.
Yeah.
And then I just changed the second round through, so like the 8th bar was just slightly different, and then I added on like a couple extra notes there. I think the thing that I'm really happy about is having not used a sample for any chords or synths. So this was all like from like playing around with the synths and stuff and actually figuring out how to use them. So I was happy with that.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's sick.
Was the top part though, when it comes in and it's like kind of got a really slow attack on it, was that
a
synth as well, or was that like guitar with that magnet thing you used to have?
Wait, was there a guitar in there?
No guitar,
Okay.
Sadly.
What are they called? EBOs.
EBOs,
yeah.
yeah.
That synth sounded like an EBO. I wondered if that's what you were doing.
Yeah, I was thinking about that when I was kind of playing with the wavetables to try and get to that sound. So basically what's set up is like, of course, like a few LFOs, but then it's got that, it's got an envelope kind of filter when it's like a really slow attack kind of going up. So when I add in that top note and it's an E, when that comes in, it just really just like slowly shines in, and it's just really bright, and I quite liked it. And it definitely had the same kind of EBO style.
Yeah, definitely. I like the way, because then the chords change and then it's like changing after them. So you had the nice kind of like overhang of the note from the previous chord on that part. Yeah.
But
keeps it
still
moving.
As ever. Thanks. Yeah. Still as ever, my mission will be to like get further into the track. But I think I'm just figuring out the tools of the trade at the moment. And oh man, I just keep thinking about from where I started, of literally opening up Logic and going, okay, I have no idea what I'm doing here.
Does it feel more comfortable though?
I would have said yes if I hadn't had like panicked and like deleted all of the slices that I had made initially. But that was another experiment. So what I had done was I took the funky drummer loop, I sliced it with Logic at all the different transients, and then I realized like, oh my god, you can really kind of chop this up and change it. And then as I was doing it, it was coming out a little bit too hip hop, because at the same time as I was doing that, I was playing around with synths, and I was really trying to go for something housey, and then I was just like, it's not just it's the sounds that I've just spent an hour making are just not going to gel with this hip hop beat. So I kind of just scrapped that, and then kind of just sped up the sample to a classic drum and bass sound.
Cool. But
One
yeah, I like
interesting
it.
fact. Oh yes, sorry, Nico.
There's a gated synth that just anytime I hear a gated synth at the moment, it just makes me feel like it's 2005. But other than that, I like the chords a lot, and I like the arrangement. So yeah, feeling it.
So
Definitely.
one interesting fact: when I was looking up like the funky drummer sample, I didn't realize it's been used on over 5,800 songs.
I've heard it's one of the most, if not the most, sampled break of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I always thought that Aim and Break was the main one, but I think maybe Funky Drummer is even more sampled than the Aim and Break.
I think they're both just like they're competing for number 1 and 2.
Yeah. And if you combined them, it would be like fucking 80% of music ever. Something stupid like that.
Yeah.
Get those 2 drum breaks and a Wilhelm scream, and you've basically covered like all audio that was ever made.
Yeah. Trap.
Oh man, okay. That's a challenge in itself.
Should we do a Wilhelm scream week?
I'm on it.
100%.
By the way, just before we hear James, I just want to know, Butcher, did you use your keyboard to play the chords in, or did you like click a program?
Did. No, I used the keyboard to play it all. So
nice.
So I will say, so the F major chords are really simple to put down, but then that last chord, the one that you highlighted, I could not play that when I was trying to just play the chords. So I kind of left it bare, and then I actually found those notes in the piano roll afterwards. So that's maybe why I managed to find something really different. So it was kind of like played all the chords except for that one that you highlighted, which you said sounded kind of weird and unexpected. So maybe there's something to that.
Cool.
Interesting. Yeah.
But live. I'm glad you managed to get your keyboard set up as well. I thought that might be long, but it's good to hear that you've got that in. That's gonna like open you up to a lot of like creative possibilities that I don't have, and I'm not sure Daniel has. Maybe.
Yeah, I need a MIDI keyboard. I've got like a USB output on my piano, my electric piano. So I think I can probably sort something out with that. But it doesn't. I thought it had MIDI, but it doesn't have MIDI. But it does have USB.
What does the USB out do?
I think that nowadays like they just use USB instead of MIDI.
Oh yeah.
I think it will be a USB channel that will send MIDI signals probably.
Yeah. Cool.
And then my V drums have a MIDI output. So actually, it's probably once I get everything set up, it's probably better to have it that way, because then I can probably have both plugged in permanently rather than them both wrestling over my one MIDI in.
Yeah.
That would be sick. Yeah, this was just the USB, and I mean, kind of transitioning to Logic has had like its setbacks in terms of relearning the software. But oh my god, just like MIDI has been amazing, and I'm almost confident that I won't have to like use Fruity, FL Studio or anything. I think I can do everything off of here, which is really good.
Amazing. Oh, nice one. Yeah, Finberg saying he's just bouncing what he's got now, so that's sick. So I'll keep an eye on my emails. Also, 99 suggested When the Levee Breaks as another like massive sample. I've sampled the drums on When the Levee Breaks several times already.
Is that the Led Zeppelin tune?
Yeah, and they famously set up John Bonham's drums in a church, I think, to record it. Because it's that drum intro, it's like...
Yeah, I've not used it, but I've like, I know it.
So it's like, it's an actual church on the reverb there. Like, they're not
yeah.
And back then they were using all sorts of cheap little like plate reverbs in studios and stuff, or like, putting an amplifier in a corridor and putting a microphone at the other end of the corridor and playing the recording down a corridor to like make a reverb recording. And they were just like, nah, just bring the studio to this church.
To be honest, it's the best way to get the sound, isn't it?
Yeah. And when you've got a drummer like John Bonham, it's not going to be a wasted opportunity.
Yeah, of course. All right, I want to hear James. Have you got it?
I haven't got it yet. He said he's just bouncing it, so I'm just keeping an eye on my emails. So I might play mine in the meantime, and then we'll get mine done.
Please do.
And then James will be next.
What about 99? Have they got one then?
So 99, what's the situation? I think 99 was like messing around tonight, sampling things, but I think there was some lag, some latency issues between the door and his monitors or something. So I don't know. 99, if you've got anything and you want to send it, maybe chuck it in the Discord group, and jump in the chat, bruv. I can, if you've got something, I can turn you into a prod. He's like, oh no, I'm fine. Okay.
Cool.
Well, sweet. I'm going to play mine now then, and I'll jump back into the Discord after. Oh, he says, no, that was a typo. It wasn't fine. He meant to say I'm fucked.
Oh.
Easy typo.
Trust.
Next week,
yeah,
your time will come, 99. That's the rhyme. And I'm out. Okay, yeah, I'll play mine, and then I'll catch you guys in a sec.
Cool.
Okay. Rhythms. It's a rhythm thing. Let's go. Ooh, might want to get rid of my web WhatsApp in the meantime. Nobody wants to be hearing that sound. Okay, here we go. So here's my full thing, which I basically only structured in like 30 seconds. So the structure needs work, probably. Yeah, cheeky rides all over the place. That's too funny. Yeah, that's the rhythm. That's the beat we made today. Yo. What a guan. I like that there's this delay, so I jump into the Discord and you guys are still like watching the stream.
Yo.
How's it going?
Oh my god, that was sick.
Yeah. I loved your vocals on it, man. You. I don't know how you get that much time. I think it's because while you're doing your first, like, I don't know, 20 minutes, half an hour of setting up, I'm also listening to you set up.
You're just watching it, yeah.
So then I go and make my beat, and you're like 30 minutes ahead.
It's definitely true. Like the first half hour, I'm just like watching, just like listening into the beginning of the show, like hearing everything, and then suddenly I'm like, oh shit, Dan's already laid down everything.
Yeah. He starts pulling away. Suddenly he's like all arranged and just like ready to start dropping like, I don't know, like a loop. And I'm like, okay, I need to like start choosing samples and stuff. But
yeah,
no,
I guess I get that. Yeah, get that cheeky time advantage. I definitely I boshed out the vocals very quickly at the end, but I just drenched them with reverb. So to be honest, like they're fine. I think they
sound like a thick pad.
Yeah, exactly. As long as you get like I had 4 parts and I double tracked each one, so you've got 8 different takes. So like any one take can have like awful mistakes in it. You just hide it amongst all of the other takes, as long as you don't take a stupid breath or your note wobbles at the same time in all of the takes, you know. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, even looking at the waveforms there, it looks so consistent there. So, you just looped it after you got your good takes?
Yeah, so I just did like, because the chord sequence is just like A B A B A B A B A B A B C D E F, whatever. So it's like not those like actual notes, but in terms of the structure, it's like 2 chords for 6, and then there's a few other extra ones at the end. So I could just do the first 2 chords and then loop that.
Nice.
And then this
really nice.
last section was the extra bit.
I think mine had 2 chords the whole thing, maybe 3.
Right. Yeah. Mine's like 2. It's all the standard chords. Like I didn't put in any flavor really. They're all just like major and minor. There's some 7ths, but they're not like. There's nothing out of the key signature as well. Like you said, Dan, I didn't go with any real aggressive spice. just not.
Just a cheeky bit of salt and pepper.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing I did with the funky drummer sample, to get into the details of that, because that come together really quickly, and I didn't think too much about it. I just chopped bits out that I liked the sound of, like little individual, I think 5 different sections from it. A kick, a snare, a softer snare, and then 2 of the more kind of filly moments, like the bit with the open hi-hat, the
Yeah.
and then just lined them up in a way that felt nice. So each of those things I chopped out is only used once in every 2-bar loop, and then I just fucking put loads of delay on it to fill the gaps. So it's like,
That's really nice.
yeah, so it's a proper cheat. If you have a look on the stream now, that's like that's all there is there. That bit I've highlighted, it's just like
really nice, really nice.
those there.
Yeah. I love how different they all
delays
sound
doing
every
all of
time.
the heavy lifting. Yeah, it's true.
Actually, sometimes they sound very different. Other times it sounds like we've all had like a copy and paste template, but this time it sounded very different.
Yeah, they did, and I mean, yeah, it shows the versatility of a sample like that. I suppose that's why drums are so sick.
Yeah. By the way, I don't know if you've noticed, James says that he sent a flop.
He sent a little flop. Okay, amazing. I'm ready to listen to a flop. Yes, I've got the email here. I love the names of the MP3s that James sends me. They've always got a funny name. I think last week's was Nico is trash, which we could maybe say that was a little bit too far. This week it's just all capitals. It's just called Wasteman. No mention of you specifically this time, so it's probably directed at me this time.
No, I think it's like a self-description.
Maybe it is, yeah, because this is the flop by the Wasteman.
Exactly.
All right.
Can you see my name? Because I sent them on WhatsApp. Mine was called Atonement anyway. I don't know if it comes up on yours.
No, but like you guys send it to me on WhatsApp, so I don't actually see the file. WhatsApp just converts it into a little note, little audio clip, doesn't it? But James sends me an email with an MP3 in it, so I see the file name.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna play his beat now. So
Cool.
Let's do it.
I'll speak to you guys in a sec. And James, also, if you're watching the stream right now, get ready to jump into the Discord after this finishes, and we can hear your beautiful voice. All right, here we go. Such a build up. James, this is not a flop, bruv. This is sick. was legit. I love how you call that a flop. That's hilarious. How is that a flop? That was epic. That was like fully epic, wasn't it? There's always the classic way as well with like James. I'm always listening. I'm like, okay, and then there's a random vocal sample, and then just the craziest drop. That's like his calling card.
That was so nice.
When all those synths started coming in.
I want to preface my comments by saying that James will forever be a waste man, but I have to say that I did like that. I like the intro. The build up was kind of slow and suspenseful, and then when it finally dropped, it was properly like an 80s new wave track. It sounded like that "Don't You Want Me, Baby" vibe.
Yeah, it was. I agree. That is a perfect description of the experience I had listening to that for the first time. I was just like, suddenly, bam, you're in the 80s. But the synths, it was the way, like, there was a few different synths that were playing off each other. Oh yeah, James saying his phone's dead, so he can't chat. Yeah, he said meant to be 80s vibe. Yeah, I think that you definitely hit that nail on the head, bruv. I mean, there was like two different synths that came in, and just the 4 to the floor and the repetitive bass line.
I think that bass line was so deceptively simple. Was it dum 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 dum? Oh man, it was so driving, and I think it carried a lot of that. And I really liked it.
Yeah, the bass line was big. James is saying he doesn't think the vocal sample works at the moment, so I guess that's the area he's looking to tweak a little bit.
To be honest, that vocal sample scared me when it came in.
Yeah, I wonder.
Like a screaming sound.
I liked the sample that was on that was at the drop, but yeah, the second one that come in that was like a layer over the top of the beat. I think could do. Oh yeah, he's saying it needs EQ. Yeah, I think you could probably strip the second one that's like a layer over the beat back a little bit, because it was quite. Well, it's probably just EQ because it was quite tinny, and like abrasive.
The second one I felt was the actual Wasteman of the track.
That was the flop.
Yeah.
But no, it was sick. That was pretty live, James, and considering you had some unexpected.
How you did that in an hour?
Yeah, exactly.
That was amazing. Yeah,
props to James. He's clearly been practicing on the buttons.
Trust me.
Definitely. James, what synth did you use for like the bass and then the kind of, what was it, the mid lead or whatever?
Yeah, there was like, what synth was the bass, particularly the bass? I think then there was like a couple of pads, wasn't there? There was like something that was like a saw thing, like ding ding ding, or saw-ish, and then there was probably a more swelly kind of pad thing, wasn't it? Like, but obviously sounding better than that. He says just some massive presets he downloaded.
Oh, is that the synth name, Massive?
Yeah, Massive.
Sick.
Massive is very hench, believe it or not. It does make some pretty beastly synths, doesn't it? Cool. Well, what a week. I think Funky Drummer was definitely nailed tonight.
Yeah.
No problems
I think
there.
It was inspirational for all of us.
Yeah. Standard. Yeah, smashed it. So next week can be bars week. Should we have a little discussion quickly about how that would work? Like, what would we do? Do we need to all pick one or two of our tracks each that we've made so far?
What, to do a whole track for like 3 hours and we've got the whole like bars from beginning to end?
Yeah, the aim would be that in 3 hours that you like flesh out one of the things that we've done into a tune with vocals.
In that case, I'm going to say one.
I'm probably
going to struggle with that one.
But I mean, because then we might want to have a couple spare for other people who just want to get involved at the lyrics writing stage. Because I think there'll probably be quite a lot more people, maybe. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe there'll be differences.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to like pick one and vocal it, and I'm going to pick one and offer it to someone else who wants the vocal, I guess, or something like that. Finnberg's saying he's out for Vox.
What, is he not even going to write bars?
Yeah, why don't you write some bars, James?
Make a track. Even better.
He'll send tracks for others to do vocals too, though. Okay,
yeah, in that case, he needs to do a beat.
Yeah, you can just make another beat. I mean, yeah, we don't like. There's no hard and fast rules around here.
And at some point, we definitely need to get a chainsaw sample in there.
Yeah. What we could do, we could do like a horror week where we have like chainsaw sample and the Wilhelm scream. And those are your two starting starting points. But yeah, so I guess for anyone who wants to do vocals who hasn't joined in yet, you can definitely get involved. I think Louis Lou said he was keen to do some singing. So maybe that could be a thing.
We need to work out a way to send a bit instrumentals to people.
Yeah, we can use the DankNStein Discord for that.
Yeah, cool.
The DankNStein Discord will have like file uploads and stuff, so people can just drop tracks in there, record themselves rapping to it on their phone. And even if you don't have recording software or anything like that, you can listen to the beat with headphones on from one device while you use your phone to record a single take from start to finish of you singing to it, and then send that audio file to us. And then you can even layer up several takes then. So if you wanted to do like one take where you rap to the song, and then another take where you do some singing, and then a third take where you add a harmony, then you send us those 3 individual performances. We layer them up at this end.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Big in the game. Well, thank you for another Thursday music making people, guys. I had fun, and we made some bangers as per.
Classic. I'm
awesome,
on it. I'm always on it. And I'll see all the people that I don't generally see next Thursday.
Yeah, exactly. Bars week. It's gonna be fun. So that's like the 8th. That'll be week 8. So maybe we do 7 beat makings, and then every 8th one we finish a track.
Do some bars, yeah.
We'll end
I
up
kind of want lockdown. I want lockdown to last at least another 4 weeks, just so I can get the full album.
I don't think there's any risk of that.
Yeah.
I'm just encouraging everyone out there. Like, if you see someone, just go cough on them. Go like touch people. Just for 4 more weeks. That's all I need, people. And I might finally have a complete project, at least of instrumentals.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, if we wanted to, we could all combine our efforts here onto one album.
Could do.
So
I definitely want to have a solo project, but I would also be up for doing an album as well.
There's a moth in here. Or mosquito.
Allow your moth.
Some sort of dickhead flying around. Anyway, that was a distraction. Yeah, I think
I'm catching the lag.
Oh, really?
On the stream. No, I'm seeing you react to the moth now on the stream.
Yeah, amazing. You've got that like little buffer of time to check up on me if I say something like what. Yeah, cool. Big in the game. Well, look, thanks a lot, guys, and I'll speak to you guys next week.
Yeah. Catch you later.
Have a good one, guys.
Peace out.
Peace.
Yeah.
Bye. Well, there you have it, guys. Another successful Thursday Music Making Club. Quarantine Mix 2020. That's it. Yeah, Finnberg's already got an EP sorted. Yeah. We got Thursday EPs all round. Maybe that's what we should do. Maybe everyone should release an EP out of this. So then we'll have like a collection of EPs. Because by the time the whole quarantine's done, we'll probably have made like 4 or 5 rhythms each. Like up to finishing with vocals. There's a few I want to put vocals on that we've made. So yeah, I'm looking forward to next week. Looking forward to doing some bars, writing some raps, doing some singing some big harmonies next week. It's going to be good. And yeah, for anybody who is interested, we're going to bang out some Project Zomboid, I think, right now. So I'm going to close this stream off and start up a new one for Project Zomboid Malarkey. So yeah, thanks for watching again. Happy Thursday. Peace and love, yo. And let's play it out with this track that we've made today. Why not? Cool. I will catch you guys next time. Peace. Oh no. Goddamn Pro Tools. I think it just freaks out sometimes and gets that craggliness to it. I definitely want to play it as an outro tune, so we're just going to have to relaunch Pro Tools right now. Oh well. I think there was a good one from last week as well, or the week before, that I want to play that I really enjoyed. So why don't we play that while Pro Tools is opening up its ting? Was it Five Alive? I think Five Alive was a really good one. Who remembers this beat? That was a good one, wasn't it? That one. Okay. That's very good. I liked it. Yeah, Zomboid tonight, I think. Zomboid tonight. Why not? Could potentially be swayed by Sea of Thieves at the last minute if there's a crew ready to jump onto the Seven Seas. But, I think Zomboid. It's been a while since we've done Zomboid. Anyway, to play us off, play us out, here's the beat we made today. Take care. See you guys in 5 for some games. I thought that was playing, but it wasn't. I'm the player now. Boom. Catch you in a piece.